What up, peeps? Mr. Bones back at you for another Dollar Tree Theater, brought to you by Hobbs Horror. And we're going to talk about the Tall Man. I'm going to try to tell you about the Tall Man, because I don't really know what the hell I watched here. This movie has so many twists and turns. First of all, it comes off as marketed as a horror movie. The trailer looks like a horror movie. The poster looks like a horror movie. But it is not a horror movie. It's more like a suspense, thriller, crime drama. It starts off, you got Jessica Biel here. By the way, this is directed and written by Pascal Lagier, or however you say his name. Stars Jessica Biel, Jodelle Ferland, William B. Davis. Jessica Biel was in Texas Chainsaw Remake and other stuff, and Jodelle Ferland is the little girl from Case 39, plays the little devil girl in there, and she's the little girl in Silent Hill. But yeah, this stars Jessica Biel. She's the town nurse in this little rundown country town, and she comes in with her delivering a baby, and I guess supposedly, I don't know how that's possible, but the mother didn't even know her daughter was pregnant. Brought her in because she was having pains or something, because I recall Jessica saying, "Oh, you didn't know?" But it comes on showing all these missing persons posters of all these kids missing from the town, and there's this local legend of the Tall Man who comes and kidnaps all these kids from this town and I believe other towns close by. And you got one night Jessica Biel's character, she plays Julia Denning. Julia goes home, and I guess they have a routine. She goes home every evening, have dinner with her son, like a 7-8-year-old little boy, and the babysitter. There's someone there. I'm assuming it's the babysitter. They have dinner, and then she plays with him every evening, and then they go to bed. She gets woke up by the radio blasting and goes down to turn it off. Thinks nothing of it, goes over to get a drink from the fridge. Turns around and sees the babysitter tied up and gagged and bloody and laying on the pantry floor. Runs up to check on her son. Doesn't see him. Runs back down the stairs, and someone dressed all in black with a ski mask runs out the door with the kid. And she trips and falls over the kitchen chair. Gives him time to get a lead start, and then continue to run out the door and run after him. And the person's going down the road with the kid in a truck that looks like the truck from Jeepers Creepers. She catches up with it and jumps on the back of it. And he slams on his brakes, and she hides under the car. And then while he's around the other side of the truck, she tries to get in the side door, and a German Shepherd jumps on her. She hits it in the head, and then starts to go up to the driver's door, and the guy comes around and knocks her in the head, puts her in the truck. Then she wakes up to the dog in her face again. And then without trying to take care of the dog before she tries to do anything else, she jumps through, crushes her hands through the window of the truck and starts trying to choke that guy and make him wreck, because he has her little boy in the front seat. Meanwhile, the dog's biting on her ankle in the back of the truck. She keeps choking him, makes the truck fall sideways. And it's like, well, did everybody get killed? Where's the dog? Is it dead? Where's everybody out? First person comes out is a little boy. Second person comes out is a person all dressed in black. Goes over and picks up the kid. He doesn't struggle. He doesn't seem worried about being kidnapped or anything. They start walking down the road. Then Jessica Biel finally makes it out of the back of the truck all banged up and starts limping down the road to try to find her boy. Passes out in the middle of the road. Gets picked up by a local that takes her back to the diner to get taken care of. And all the locals are there. And they're all acting weird. Like they don't think anything of it. Then they start acting weird like she's the bad guy. And she hears them talking, and she escapes out the back door. And they all start talking about they're all of a sudden turned into a mob, run into their vehicles to go lynch her and catch her, and it's like, what the fuck's going on? She's a local and from that town, and her kid got kidnapped. And I forgot to mention that there was this one scene where she tries to give like a blonde, like homeless lady some coffee outside the diner earlier in the movie. So it turns out that that lady is the mother of the little boy that Jessica had, and it's not her kid. Really confusing. And the person that grabbed the kid and took off with the truck, all dressed in black, was that blonde lady, which was the little boy's mother. And she took him to some broke down factory that she lives at because she's homeless. There's a struggle, and then the Jessica escapes with the little boy again, takes him back home, takes him down into the basement where she's been taking kids for years to give to the tall man. Well, I was skeptical if he even exists, but I guess he does. But it turns out to be her dead husband, who's not even dead. There was pictures of him on the wall. He's supposed to be dead. I guess the tall man is him, and there's no monster or nothing. And I was wondering this whole time, is the tall man just some weirdo pedophile that she feeds kids to, or is there a monster? And the cops find that in the basement is a door that leads into a cave that's where she's been taking kids for years, that he takes and rehomes. Like, they kidnap kids from poor homes or underprivileged homes or abusive homes and rehomes the kids. And she ends up in prison. And no one knows about any of this shit I just said. They just assume she killed them all and buried them in the woods because that's what she said, I guess, because she doesn't want the truth be told and them the kids be returned to their homes or whatever. And like I said, it's a confusing movie, marketed as a horror movie that is not a horror movie. And I can't say, if it sounds interesting to you, say check it out, but I cannot say I'll be revisiting it. Will not be rushing to my shelf to pull it off the shelf and rewatch it. And that's what I watched. Check it out if you're interested. Peace.